Hey guys, I got a few minutes before I have to load my truck this morning. So I just wanted to share something I read in the Christian Post this morning, very disturbing. And I want to share it because the mainstream media will probably ignore this. It's really disgusting. It's blasphemous. So if you have any kids in the room, I'm going to give you this moment to, get them out of the way. I don't want them to hear this horrible stuff, this hate that's been spewing. So while you're getting them out, I just want to talk a little bit about Bernie Sanders. I grew up in the inner city and I knew a lot of con artists, and some con artists are real easy to tell, like Benny Hinn, these flamboyant guys, you could tell they're con artists. But then there's some that are like, oh, golly gee, button up suit and tie, and they seem so nice and so, so honest. They seem so real and authentic, and they're usually the better of the two, because most people think, oh, well, I disagree with him, but he's honest. See a lot of grifters like that on YouTube these days, to be honest. But so Bernie Sanders, he comes off like he's honest. I have friends say, well, I don't agree with him. He's a socialist, but at least he's honest. Most Democrats won't admit they're socialists, but he's not honest. He's a grifter. He never had a real job until politics. Like, he would do these side jobs here and there, just enough to collect unemployment. This is, what he said when he was younger. There's quotes of this. And then he was like 30. He went on a commune, a hippie commune, a communist commune, where they believed, everybody would live for free, but everybody would help out. But they threw him out. He got thrown out because he wouldn't do his share, because he's a lazy guy. He don't like to work. He just likes to talk. They said all he did was talk all day, politics, He got married and during the Cold War, where the Soviets were trying to rule the world. And he went to the Soviet Union for his honeymoon and praised Russia. So this is who he is. He's a communist. But he portrays like he's this nice guy that, wants fairness for everybody. But when he was threatening Hillary's campaign, he sold out. Hillary gave him a couple $1 million. It's all factual. You can Google it. He she bought him like these two beach homes. So this socialist is worth multi-millions of dollars, and he's never had a real job. He's just been sitting in Washington just talking. That's all he does is talk, this guy. So now the kids are out of the room. I'll let you know a little bit about this rally. I don't want to go too deep because it's disgusting. But he had a rally recently called Stop Oligarchy. Now all of a sudden they're against oligarchies when, they had all the billionaires on their side for generations, giving them tons of money and censoring guys like me on YouTube. But Stop Oligarchy had this man named Robert, let me see what his name is. Thomas, let me get his name right. Thomas James Gable, this man who now pretends he's a girl. He prayed when he was young to Satan. He admits this. He told Rolling Stone magazine, I prayed to Satan, and I said, if you can make me a female, I'll do anything for you. I'll even become a serial killer. So this is a demented, sick individual, demonically oppressed, I don't know, possessed, but definitely demonically driven. He has him singing. He's a musician, and the words of his song, and I don't even know if I want to say it, but you need to know how evil these people are. So he says in the words of his song, your God, your Christian God must have a big D word, because I feel like he's effing me. But he said it explicitly with children in the audience. These are the Democrats. So I get sick and tired where people are like, well, Republicans are just as bad. The church doesn't take sides, Republican or Democrats, but they teach us to have an informed conscience. We have to form our conscience by the teachings of the church. And the church teaches us there's two kinds of things when we're voting we have to think about: intrinsically evil stuff and prudential judgment. So intrinsically evil is something that's always evil no matter what. The church has said abortion is intrinsically evil. Pope Francis has said abortion is the gravest of mortal sins. I'm sorry, the light doesn't stay on. I gotta do that. And then transgenderism. We know this is intrinsically evil. It can never be good. Pope Francis said transgender ideology is demonic. It's demonic. I mean, it's very evil. Okay? So the Democrats support abortion. They support transgender. So they support intrinsically evils. So they'll say, well, the Republicans don't take care of the poor, the immigrants the way they should. Well, that's prudential judgment. So, the Democrats think if someone's poor, you just keep giving them fish every day. The Republicans think if someone's poor, you teach them how to fish. And then you get really radical and maybe provide a fishing pole for the dude. And then you get really, really radical and maybe make the lake daddy fishing more attractive to more fishes. So there's more fishes, And the same thing with immigration. It's just prudential judgment. We both want the good of the people. It's just how we go about it. But the stuff that the Democrats stand for is intrinsically evil. We seen when Obama ran for president, they knew they were losing the Christian vote, so they wanted to put something about God in their platform. They never had mentioned God in their platform, but they had a vote on it. And when the amendment was passed, we put this about God, God blessed America or something. I forget exactly what it was, but it was kind of like acknowledging God in America. And it was like unanimous no's. Unanimous, all the delegates said no, and then they said, do you want them? And nobody said yes. So what the Democrats do, they're oligarchies, they're communists, they're dictators. Everything they accuse us of being, this is what they are. This is what the left does, accuse the enemy of what they are. It's called projection. So after everybody, it was live TV, I was watching it, all the Democrat delegates voted, they don't want God in their platform. The leaders, knowing they need that to win, says, okay, the yays won. And the Democrats got pissed. And it was like for 10 minutes, they booed God. So the Democrats booed God at Obama's convention. These who are the Democrats today. So, I mean, if you don't see the difference, man, you really need to pray, because there's a difference. These Democrats are evil. Bernie Sanders is evil. This transgender individual is evil. We need to pray for them. They need an exorcism. They need deliverance from their evil. So anyway, I just want to keep you informed, because unlike that comedian who was making fun of every race and religion, because this is what comedians do when when they're roast comedians, and I think his name was, I forget his name, Tony Hinchcliffe, was roasting everybody. And he said a joke that even my Puerto Rican friends found funny, about, because they have so many garbage, they're overflowed with garbage. They're having a garbage issue in Puerto Rico. So he said it was a floating garbage thing. And every newscast 24/7 was saying how racist this was. How I can't believe Trump had this racist guy. Why doesn't he rebuke him? Well, this is a million times worse what this guy did. And I haven't heard it on any mainstream media clips yet. I've read it in a Christian newspaper. Maybe Fox will play a clip of it, but it's not a big story, because the mainstream media is the Democrat Party. They are the propaganda arm of the Democrat Party. And I think most of you guys know that, but I want to put it out there for some people that might tune in that don't know that. So anyway, I know you guys don't like when I talk political, but everything's connected. When you're a Christian, everything we do for the glory of God, whether it's politics, sports, work, everything's connected. You can't, say, oh, this is politics over here, this is church over here. Everything's connected, and we have to be wise as serpents, yet innocent as doves. So God bless, and stay Catholic. And do me a favor, if you're buying or selling real estate, go to the only pro-life real estate company out there that only hires pro-life Christians to serve your needs. realestateforlife.org.